Yeat dropped! Shit, chat, I'm gonna be real. This jack is not gonna work. It makes too much noise, okay? It's geeky, but it makes too much noise. Okay, chat, and no matter what you say, the glasses are staying on. I have pink eye. Reportedly, allegedly, it's like mini pink eye. Like, yeah, you can kind of see that, so it might be disturbing to some viewers. Anyway, 22 tracks, some experimental things on here, some things we haven't heard from Yeat before. I'm gonna be real, I wasn't a huge fan of some of the more experimental tracks on here. However, you know, I can still learn, I can appreciate them. The lowest rated track on here, I gave a 6.7 out of 10, which, you know, that's gotta be pretty good. 6.7 out of 10, that's still a good track. I gave that the Speedball though. I didn't like that track at all.
We living, we get rich, little bitch. We living.
Compared to some of these other bangers on here, you know? If you put it on a Netspend album, it's gonna be his greatest hit. You know, I really don't like Netspend. Fuck you, Netspend. I'm just gonna go down the line here from 22 to 1. We go Speedball, and then we go into the 7, 7.5, 7.7, 7.8. Only 4 tracks below an 8. We have Gone for a Min, Lying 5 Fun, which I was kind of hyped for Lying 5 Fun just off reading the name, because Lying 4 Fun is a pretty good song. I like that track. And then we have Forever Again, which was one of the more experimental tracks on here, you know. I feel like he did actually pretty good on Forever Again. I gave it a 7.8, which is a good score. You know, it's not making the playlist, unfortunately. It's not something I'm going to be listening to. And of course, these ratings are subject to change. This is first listen ratings. Obviously, maybe Forever Again's my favorite song in a week. Maybe it's not. Maybe Go to Work, which I gave an 8.5 out of 10. I hate Next Week. It's a 4 out of 10 for me. I don't know. However, we move into the lower 8s. We have Life Party, Geek Time, which was the intro. I think it was a decent intro. The Costs, I don't fucking know how to pronounce that. My bad, chat. Eliminate, Be Quiet, all lower 8s, okay? I was gonna add on, but those are all the tracks between 8.0 and 8.4. We go 8.5, Go to Work. Go to Work, it's there. You know, it's a good track.
Go ahead, give me hit. Go ahead, bust your diamonds. You can't get like me.
Now we have GTA 5 Online in the background. I think my character's in the submarine. I'm about to hop on. An 8.5 to an 8.8 leap, just a jump, honestly. We have Fate, which was the bonus track at the end. Fate, I just want to talk about Fate for a second. I put it at an 8.8. I think it's great. If we just take that outro though, that outro was beautiful, 10 out of 10. That last part, he says, let me end this off on a good note.
I'ma end this off on a good note.
Continues to end it off on a good note. 2093, I'm gonna be real, I listened to that, it was okay. And I listened to 2093, I was like, fuck, Yeat's washed. Oh shit. Okay, GTA Online's gone. Then Yeat was on Don Toliver's album, Hearthstone Psycho, earlier this year. And that's when I was like, okay, maybe he's kind of getting back into it. He's still kind of like, you know, he dropped 2 singles back in like April maybe. And those were kind of buns, if I'm being real. But hey, I'm glad my GOAT can come back with possibly his best album yet. Possibly his best album. I still think Up To Me is his best album by far out of all the earlier albums, and I think Up To Me definitely competes with this album. It'll take some time, but we'll see in the future. We'll see in the near future which album's better in my opinion, okay? It's just my opinion. You can have your own opinion. It's music. Music's objective. We have Shut the Fuck Up. 8.9, and then at 8.9 again we have So What. Moving into the 9s now. These are songs I consider close to perfect. And of course, you know, you can have your Kendrick Lamar, your Sammy Dot at a 10 out of 10. Sure, Sammy Dot, I put it on a whole different scale than fucking Yeat. I could like Yeat way more than Kendrick, but then somebody else could like Kendrick way more than Yeat. So I'm rating these on a Yeat scale, okay? Based on Yeat songs, I'm putting these at whatever ranking I have them at. I'm not saying that Shut the Fuck Up's an 8.9, but then I'm gonna put Money Trees at an 8.8. Money Trees might be an 8.8 for Kendrick songs. You get the point, I'm kinda yapping. They Tell Me, 9.1. Fly Troop, 9.2. New High, and Heard of Me, 9.3. 4 great songs. These are bangers. These are songs where I think they're gonna be in the playlist for a while, at least 6 months. I'm a huge Yeat fan though, so ideally, a lot of these songs stay in the playlist. This is really good music to just listen to, okay? I'm excited for Tyler's album later this year, okay? I know I'm kind of yapping. I kind of went just off the rails completely right there. I'm excited for Tyler's album later this month, not year. Moving on from 9.3, we have God Talking. Shh. 9.4. Speaking of 9.4, moving into the top 4. You Don't Know Life. 9.6 out of 10.
You said it's damn, it's a front row. We can couple life, but it's for fun though.
Orchestrate.
I'm straight all these diamonds, I'm straight all these lights.
I feel like Yeat did a really good job on this project compared to other ones in the past. He did a really good job on this project where he lets his voice kind of talk for itself. He doesn't just let the beat play and then he kind of mumbles into it, which if we're being real, old Yeat was a lot of gibberish. Money So Big, think of that song. What the fuck was he saying on Money So Big? It's like old Yeat vibe with new Yeat knowledge, you see. We tried to give like a new Yeat vibe on 2093, and I feel like with tracks like Forever Again, he's trying to break into kind of like a, look guys, I'm not just doing this kind of rap. I'm not just rapping on Yeat beats. I can do other stuff. And I think that's great. I think he should get himself out there because obviously trends die. This kind of music, if he keeps just making albums like this, he's gonna pull a DaBaby and he's gonna fall off, okay? DaBaby was a little worse because DaBaby just did one flow instead of one type of beat. DaBaby's probably got one of the greatest flows in rap history, but he did kind of spam that. We think of like Drake. Drake switches it up, okay? Drake, his music has evolved with him as a person. If Yeat doesn't manage to do that, Yeat's gonna be falling off within the next couple of years, if not already. However, this album, I think saved him. On One, 9.9 out of 10, okay? Orchestrate was a 9.7 if I didn't say that. On One, 9.9 out of 10. And that leaves only one track, Lifestyle. 10 out of 10. Yeat's parts, they were great. And then when Lil Durk was coming up, I thought, you know, Lil Durk, I'm not the hugest fan of Lil Durk. I like this album they dropped last year. I like some stuff that he does. I thought Lil Durk might sell. Lil Durk, I don't want to say he carried, but Lil Durk, he might have carried this track, okay? Yeat did great on it. This is honestly probably the best Yeat album. I don't see what's beating this, what's competing with this. Maybe the Mr. Goat album.
We do not care.
You guys got to wake up nutting your pants, hoping it drops, and then it's like, oh, it didn't drop. And maybe it did drop, maybe it didn't, who knows. This is a great album. Ian dropped. I didn't listen to it. Maybe I should. Nobody's listening to Magic Johnson. That's all I'm saying, okay? That song's buns. Me and My Cup, a lot better. Ken Carson, I'll say this, okay? I'm kind of yapping now, okay? You're going to have to bear with me for about 30 more seconds. Ken Carson's one of the most untalented artists of our generation and of all time. He has a few good songs and then the rest he just mutters into a beat. Ken Carson albums are filled with so much filler, I couldn't even tell you. However, I'm gonna end the video now before I go off on a totally separate rant. Maybe I should start a podcast. I don't know. Hopefully the Guardians are winning.
That's about it. See ya.